Good afternoon and welcome to Kev's GBS journey or Guillain-Barré story. I've made it short on the URL for YouTube just for that simple reason. So I'm going to take you back to where this all started last year. So, 5th of December, I walked into Great Western Hospital in Swindon, but the story doesn't start there. It started way back in August last year when over August and September, I ended up with quite a persistent cough and a cold. And uh, at the beginning of October, I then got the flu. Uh, September, I started a new job, and we'll leave that for a minute. We'll come back to that. So I had the flu, and that was a trigger to send my autoimmune system into attack mode and attack me from within and start attacking my nervous system. So at this point, I got over the flu and didn't think anything of it. So then a couple of weeks later, towards the end of October, my left leg started to hurt a bit, um, lost a little bit of power, and I wasn't overly concerned. I just thought I'd overdone it at work or whatever I'd been doing because I get into all sorts. And fast forward to the 5th of December, I went to work and I drove to Nottingham and up early, a good travel, did my work, travelled back, and halfway back, my left arm had started giving sort of some power issues, just like my leg. So I thought, this is not good. So I thought I was having a stroke. So I got my neighbour to take me to Great Western Hospital, and there I stayed for well, forever. Well, not forever. Um, Within 4 hours, they'd dismissed a stroke, which was fantastic, but they still didn't know what was going on with me. So countless blood tests and doctors and consultants. 18 hours passed, and then James from John Radcliffe came in and he said, I think you're presenting what I've only ever seen in one patient. And I think you have Guillain Barre syndrome. Which I said, what the heck is that? And he explained that I was going to be in some serious trouble. So I was admitted onto a ward for, for whatever. But 2 days later, because I didn't have any sleep, I foolishly discharged myself, which probably wasn't the best thing to do. But you know, it is, you think you know best. Anyway, 2 days later, I had to be ambulanced in. I couldn't get out of bed. I was starting to have swallowing difficulties. So, readmitted back up onto the ward. And that's when all of the rest of the things started to kick in. So, I was prescribed plasmapheresis, which, if you have a look on my one of the videos with all the pictures, you'll see basically what goes on. So it's basically like dialysis for your blood. They strip away the component parts, red cells, white cells, everything, and plasma. So the infected plasma was taken out, and new Heinz 57 variety was put back. And I'm very, very grateful to people that give blood and blood products because without it, I most likely be dead by now. So that went on over 8 days. So every other day, plasma infusion, which took about 4 hours on average. And the machines are quite temperamental. I just found it amusing. Um, when you buy my book, which I'm currently writing, I'll tell you the funny stories that go with most of this journey, because some of it you just can't write, even for a script in a film. So day 10 of being in hospital, I was then having trouble uh, swallowing my own saliva, and I had a coughing fit. And they felt it was best for me to be induced into a coma. So I had a couple of days in critical care unit in Swindon Hospital, and I cannot fault A&E, and I cannot fault critical care unit. So I woke up paralyzed, thinking, what the heck am I going to do? So, I mean, today it's day 253. I'm still unable to walk. I was discharged from Great Western Hospital around about mid-February and ended up at Chippenham Community Hospital, which is a stroke rehab unit. Again, many factors along my journey, which will be explained in a bit more detail as we progress with lots of these different videos, because people need to be aware not only of the symptoms, but also your aftercare. And there's a lot of things that you need to be aware of, otherwise you'll end up in a similar situation to myself. So on average, somebody with Guillain-Barré will recover to a degree after 100 days. Some patients aren't as lucky, and it's a long haul with this illness or disease, whichever you want to call it. It's very debilitating. So I was paralyzed, and it's taken from mid-February to current day just to sort of move my arms and get movement in my legs, but I'm still not standing because of no intensive physiotherapy. Sometimes I get it 3 times a week, sometimes 4. I don't think I've ever had 5 days a week. And everybody, as we all know with GBS, requires some intensive physio and rehab. So that's the next step for me on my journey, and I'll explain a little bit more about that as we go on as well. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like and share as much of this information as you can with people, because people need to be educated about Guillain-Barré syndrome. It's a very rare illness, or I thought it was very rare until I start talking to people. And some of the stories are absolutely horrific. For me, I don't have any pain, which is a miracle. And I'm only on a couple of drugs now to keep things at bay. So hopefully you'll see me walk, hopefully within the next 3 months. Take care. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.